Let's take a big breath in, stretch those arms up overhead, stretch your armpits, open up those lymph nodes, breathe in. And on the exhale, breathe out and twist. Any side, it don't matter, just twist, and then inhale, come back up, stretch even more this time, and exhale, twist a little more if you can. And do that again. So do that a few times, inhaling up, exhaling with that twist. Take your neck with you, but do it gently. This is a good way to warm up those neck muscles. When you're breathing out and you're twisting, look as far over the shoulder as you can. Each time, look over as far as you can. Each time it might be a different point that you can get to. But either way, try closing your eyes for just a moment and feel the breath coming in. Notice the stretches wherever they're happening. Did you hear my back crack? Very nice. Do one more to each side. Even up the sides. Stretch a little bit more this time. Twist a little bit more if you can. Add a little pause. Good, and do that again. Make sure you add that little pause at the end. Just get into it a teeny bit more. Make it thorough. The next time the arm's up, we'll keep them up. Nice work, and then we're just going to take it to one side. Beautiful. Oh, look at you lovely ladies. Inhale, center, and take it to the other side. Squeeze those arms near to your ears. Get a good stretch. Inhale again. Exhale again, and this time we're going to stay over here and take the arms up higher. Lift the ribs up higher, even though it's kind of on a diagonal. It's not collapsing over. We're up, we're lifting, we're opening our hearts, we're opening our muscles, we're opening our minds to what magic might happen during our yoga practice this morning. Very nice, and on the other side, do the same thing. Lifting, opening, reaching for the stars. I don't know if anybody saw the stars last night. They were so beautiful, so many, so bright. Reaching for the stars. Back to center, we'll bring those arms down, and now we'll get into those shoulders just a little bit. Roll them around. Big giant circles, that ball and socket shoulder joint. Move it its fullest range of motion that you can. Breathing in, breathing out. Getting that shoulder joint going. Getting some positive energy going. Letting go of yesterday, last week. Maybe you're holding on to something from last year. Let it go. And change direction. Nice, gentle shoulder rolls, but thorough nonetheless. Good. Connecting that breath to the movement. Connecting your mind to your body. Beautiful, beautiful. Nice. And then we're going to bring the shoulders straight up to the ears. Breathe in and make a fist all at the same time. This is tight. And then exhale, relax all of it. Open up the hands, drop the shoulders down. Open the mouth too when you go, feel it in the jaw, jaw joint, okay? So do that again. Tighten everything, squeeze everything. Breathe in, hold the breath for a minute. Tight, 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 tight. Hold the breath, and then, and we'll do that one more time. Big breath in, squeezing, creating some tension. And then exhale. Very nice. And then we're taking the lengthened neck, relax your shoulders, make sure they're relaxed first, and then move your lengthened neck around in a circle. Start with a small circle, please. Be really gentle with your neck. So much happens. It's such a busy intersection for so much. So be gentle. Start your circle small, and then after one or two, a little bit larger. Maybe, maybe not. Listen to your neck. Maybe it cracks as loud as my knee joints crack. Make the circle now as large as you comfortably can. We don't have to be comfortably uncomfortable here. Make this very comfortable. Very loving, very gentle and kind. And then we're going to change direction. Again, slowly, small circles, starting off bigger and bigger. But hey, while you're doing this, if you're getting to a point where you're like, oh, it feels really good, like I definitely need a stretch when I'm here, I really need an extra stretch here, then hang out there, right? Hold it there, make it your own. Just because I can see some of you doesn't mean you shouldn't still be making this your own practice. I just love seeing faces. Thank you. The basic need for human connection. There's another one, Karen, yay! Good morning. Beautiful, shiny faces of sprites. I love it. The word goddess just came to my mind. The word goddess. Yes. Let's connect with our inner goddess. Oh, Richard's iPad's here. Richard, connect with your inner god. Or maybe your inner goddess as well, you know. We're equal masculine and feminine. We're going to do the ribs in a circle now. Get into those hips. Get into the lower back. And you can make this as energetic or as fun or as enthusiastic as you need to or you want to this morning. Maybe you've been up since 5 a.m. and this is practically your lunchtime. Oh, there's another face. Good morning, good morning. Faces, lots of faces. I love it. Ah, good. Very nice. Who is that? Is that Dick? Yeah! This is so fun. All right, well, some of us are connecting with our inner goddesses, and some of us might be connecting with our masculine version of the inner goddess, which I think would be the god. No disrespect. I don't want to be struck by lightning. So I'm changing directions. Go ahead and change directions. We're loosening up that lower back. We're relaxing those shoulders. We're connecting with our inner divine. Let's call it our inner divine being. Whatever that means to you. We'll all have a different definition. Or something really deep and wonderful within that we all have. Whatever it is, let's connect with that right now. And we're gonna sit up nice and tall. Take one arm up, take one arm out. And this arm that's out, like a spider, just let it crawl out, crawl, crawl, creep it out, creep it out, creep it out. Your body's gonna stop you somewhere. If this butt cheek starts to come up off of your mat, let's anchor it a little bit, okay? So there's not too much movement down there in the hip. This should feel really good, hopefully, in the waist, but as you press that hip down into the lower back. So we're pretty squared up with the computer screen, or the wall in front of you, I'll say. And now I want you to square up, keep that anchored butt cheek down there and square up with the floor a little bit more. Reaching though, this arm that's up here, it's energetically stretching out. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Very nice, and then we'll square up with the wall that's in front of you, once again. And now, maybe not square up with the ceiling so much, but turn upward, so that top shoulder is going back some. But we're still reaching. Reach, stretch, open, and that sit bone is pressing into your mat or into the floor. Nice, and square up with the front wall again, and we'll come center, and we'll do the same thing. Oh, before we go to the other side, though, stop for a moment and close your eyes. And just see if you can notice a difference left side to right side. Hip, back, shoulder, whatever. Increasing our self-awareness. So now when you're ready, the other arm's coming up. This hand is going to creepy crawl itself out to wherever it goes. I like to go until I feel my butt cheek just starting to come up, and that's when I press it downward, and I'll call that my neutral. So reaching, stretching, but that hip is going down. So some of you heard my knee crackling so loud last week. That was funny. If you listen real carefully now, you'll hear my back do it. Stretching, reaching, opening, breathing, connecting to that inner divinity. Very nice. And then square more towards the floor, but your shoulders are squaring towards the floor, but that arm is still reaching and stretching. That sit bone is still pressing downward. You're still breathing. You're still connecting internally with your highest being. And then back to squaring up to the front wall. Very nice. And then turning upward towards the ceiling, allowing that top shoulder to go back, but we're still opening. Where else can you open? The elbow joint? Can you open some of them knuckles a little bit more? How about your neck or your throat? How about your ribs? Can you open them more? How about the space between the hip bone and the bottom rib? Can you open that more? And we'll square up with the wall in front of us once again and return back to center. And then we'll swing these legs out. Swing them out. Shake them out. Loosen them up. Hey, you guys, my pants are inside out. Oh, that's great. That means I can wear them again tomorrow, right side out. So hold on wherever you want to hold on, your toes or your ankles or your knees, you know where it's right for you to hold on. But do inhale and lift and lengthen, feel some stretching in the backs of the legs, in the arms, in the spine. Exhale, fold in half, tuck your chin. Inhale, coming up, and exhaling, folding in half again. Very nice. Do that a few more times. Every time you inhale, maybe you can lift and stretch a little bit more. And every time you exhale, maybe you can fold in half a little bit more. Make it your own movement. What's right for your back this morning? What's right for your hips and your legs and your shoulders this morning? But the inhale will lengthen things, body parts. Some of them, as many as you can. And when you're ready to breathe out, tuck the chin so we're moving with the breath. The inhale lifts us up, and the exhale folds us in half, and keep on doing that. We'll do a couple more. That's wonderful. The next time down, stay down. Stay down and just move however your body feels like it needs it. I like to rock a little bit from side to side, get into the lower back on one side a little bit more for a moment, get into the lower back on the other side a little bit more for a breath or two. But really explore your body. Connect with your needs this morning. Connect with what's happening internally, physically, but also non-physically, what's happening internally. Taking the opportunity and the power that you have to shift anything that's pain or negativity in the body or in the mind to something that's a little more positive or hopeful. Oh, that's nice. Okay, use your strong stomach muscles and roll yourself up from there. And then we're coming to all fours, and let's do some cat-cow, shall we? Let's start moving that spine. Start waking up the nervous system, tucking the chin as you breathe out into cat pose. Dropping the belly, lifting the chin as you breathe in with your cow. Keep doing that, keep doing that, keep moving. Keep moving that spine. Oh, that's good. And then next time you're in cat pose, hold it and roll those toes under, and then just come into your down dog. An upside down V. Press the heels down. If your heels have touched the floor, walk back a little bit. Press into that space, yes. Tucking the chin, closing the ribs. Stretch the spine, separate those shoulder blades. Very nice. Use your strong core to come to high plank, please. And use your strong core to bring you back to down dog. Continue to do that, a high plank as you inhale. Downward facing dog as you exhale. Beautiful. Next time in down dog, hold it. Take one of your legs to the ceiling. It doesn't matter which one. Reach it up and let that other heel press down. Reach this leg higher. Press the other heel down more. Beautiful. Open, open, open. Stay with it. Breathe it open. Bend that knee. This is for the hips, Nicole. Take that knee across the body, or your foot rather. Lift the knee higher, reach the foot across the body. Lift the knee higher, reach the foot across the body. Do it again. Lift it a little higher, even if it's just a millimeter. Very nice. And we're gonna bring this knee, bring the foot down. Let's just do the other side first. We'll do some pigeon, but let's warm up nicely first. Take this leg up a little higher. Stretch. The opposite heel is pressing down. Stay with it. Bend the leg, reach the foot across the body. Lift the knee. And again, reach the foot across the body. Lift the knee. Keep breathing. Reach the foot across the body. Lift the knee. Right there on that edge. Very nice. Bring that foot down and then walk your dog. Just move it around. Move it around. Move those hips. Bend those knees. Take itty titty bitty little baby steps in, 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 in. You'll walk yourself into a forward fold. When you're in forward fold, and by the way, you can use, any type of apparatus that you might have, a block if you need it, or a shoe box, or whatever you have laying around. But we're in forward fold. Shake out your head, shake out your neck, shake out your shoulders, bend the knees a little bit and tighten up your stomach a lot. Very nice. If you want to clasp your elbows here, it will add more weight into your forward bend, so if that's too much, don't do it. Oh, nice, beautiful. Good work, everybody. Breathe. Let your shoulder blades separate here. Breathe out tightness and tension from the neck and the shoulders. But the knees are a little bit bent and your stomach is still tight. That's what's supporting your lower back. And use your strong core to roll you up slowly. Vertebrae by vertebrae. Like that little sunflower that just pops open and blooms. So beautiful. When you're ready, come to stand up nice and tall. Stretch those arms once again. And this time it's a whole side body stretch. So roll to the outer edge of your outside foot. We're making the C shape here with the body. Half moon, half moon. Soften those knees, send that hip out, bring this bottom arm up. Thank you. Breathe the entire side of your body open. And we're going to the other side, same thing. And if this bottom arm gets lazy, just bring it on up. Send that hip out, squeeze the arms opening. Very nice. We've done the side body, back. Now the front. Soften the knees a little bit. Press those hip bones forward. Lift your heart to the heavens and the shoulders can drop back. Breathe and smile and breathe. Facing the heavens. We'll take another full breath in here, please. Swan dive down, exhale. Inhale, back up again. Get that full stretch like you did already. If you get go, that's the breath in and out. Tuck the chin. Again, all the way up, big stretch. Next time down, we're gonna stay down, step or jump back into your high plank. And hold it. Hold it with a nice strong core. Tuck the hips under a little bit. Close the ribs up a lot. Very nice, and we're gonna go back to down dog. Let's start with the right leg. Take the right leg to the ceiling, stretch it up. Breathe in. On the exhale, bring your right knee to your right hand. And we're going into pigeon. This is for the hips. Oh yes, those beautiful, wonderful hips. Those hips that might sit too much. Well, I'm speaking for myself. So the right knee came towards the right hand. That left, the heel might be near your groin, and so try to move it out of the way a little bit, just so it doesn't get in the way of your stretch. Don't drop over on this butt cheek, please. Don't do it. Bring it up. Come on, all that butt cheek up there. And use the weight of your relaxed hips to open up, deep in the glutes, in the knee. And it's fine to stay here. It would be fine if you walked your hands out. It would be fine if you went all the way down. It's fine wherever your body is telling you that it's fine, but be sure to be somewhat comfortably uncomfortable, please. That's how we make progress in yoga and in life. Our progress comes from being comfortably uncomfortable. Beautiful. Keep your legs as they are. Come up a little bit from there. Keeping your legs just as they are. It's going to be the left hand that's going to thread the needle here. So this is for hip and shoulder simultaneously. So your right knee and your left elbow are near each other on the floor. Did you see that? So I'm facing my bent leg. I'm facing the knee that's bent. And that shoulder tucks under. Kind of thread that needle right there. And if that's too much, again, if you have a block or a pillow and you want to rest your head on something to make it more realistic, that's fine. Wouldn't be a bad idea. But hey, you might not need this extra part. It might be enough just to have your arms front, both of them equally. This is just for fun. In fact, if you're not having enough fun, you can bend that elbow and reach back for the foot back there. Grab those toes. Oh yeah. That'll add a whole new dimension to what's happening here, physically and also mentally. What's she doing? Why is she doing this? This is nuts. How does she think of these things? These things are ancient. Breathe. Let the hip open. Let the cells receive the blessing of the stretch. Let your mind savor the gift that you're giving yourself by doing this. Oh, that's nice. All right, let's come back to center. Let's roll those toes under back there. We're doing down dog once again. Oh yeah, and if you want to move a little bit, get that knee opened up, that's fine too. Whatever you like, but we're gonna switch legs. Take the left leg up now to the ceiling, stretch it. Breathe, breathe, breathe. On an exhale, bring the left knee to the left hand. And again, get that foot out of the groin so that you can drop the hips down. We're not coming over on that butt cheek. Don't go to the side. Don't do it. Just drop down like this, which might be enough of a stretch for you. Let's just allow for the body to accept the initial phase with the breath. And then phasing deeper into the stretch as deeply as you need to go. So it's going to be at a different pace and at a different level for each one of us. But if you do have both arms extended out in front, see if you can be sure that both arms are taking the same amount of body weight and that both hip bones are equal amount off the floor. If it's an inch or two, it's an inch or two on both sides, okay? Try, don't force anything, but move towards being equal there. Your shoulders and your hips equal distance from the floor. Oh, that feels so good. I hope your hips are loving this. Come up a little bit, and now it's gonna be the right arm that threads it. So if your left knee is bent, you're using your right arm. The right arm's going under till your ear and your shoulder touch the floor, or rest on a block, whatever you like. And this other arm, it could be up in the air. It could be behind you, grabbing hold of that foot. But either way, you're breathing. Oh, and you're smiling. And you're connecting with your inner divine being. Very nice, and we're coming back to all the way up. Roll those toes under. Return to downward facing dog when you're ready. Oh, that's nice. Do a couple of little hip shifting things. And then walk your hands and your feet together and roll yourself up nice and slow. To tell you the truth, I rather like my yoga pants inside out, more so because I'm digging the heavy seam. I like the look. I feel like it's slimming. All right, let's do a sun salutation and get some energy flowing. Let's set an intention to this, like connect with that inner. I listened to this meditation last night. It had to do with the soul connection and all this kind of stuff. So I guess maybe that's why I'm feeling to go deeper. So I invite you to go deeper if you choose to, but don't worry about it if you don't. We're taking a walk to the front of the mat. We're inhaling those arms up overhead. On the exhale, come down in that swan dive. On the inhale, you're gonna go back into a high plank. Jump it or walk it, whatever you like. On the exhale, you'll go into your low plank. On your inhale, your cobra. And on your exhale, your down dog. And let's just do that part of it again. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. And do that a few more times, please. Do it a few more times. Inhaling, high plank. Exhaling, low plank. Beautiful. Nice work, everybody. Cobra, and then that down dog. Oh, it looks so great. Everybody looks amazing. Good. Try it one more time, please. Inhaling, high plank. Use the breath. That looks great, everybody. You guys are amazing. Excellent, excellent work. And the next time that you're in down dog, you can just walk or jump your feet up to where your hands are. But we're not going to get up yet. We're going to hold a chair pose. So, get your feet where they're parallel, whether it's hip distance or a narrow stance, it doesn't matter. Some people like to be really narrow. Some people like to have it a little wider. Just don't have it wider than your hips, okay? Chair pose, chair pose. Sit back in chair pose. Hands in prayer position in front of your heart. Very nice. And while you're in chair pose, do a tiny little pelvic tilt. Engage the abdominal muscles. Very nice. And that might be enough for you. You might need to release it or take it to a twist. If you can, take it to a spinal twist. And if your knees shift from each other, try to keep them honest. Your knees stay pressing towards each other. Open up if you like. Perfect. And then back to center, right onto the opposite side. Open up if you like. Open your heart, mostly. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful work. And back to center, all the way up. And remember what we did in the beginning where we pressed the hip bones forward, but we let the shoulders go back? That's what we're doing here. Tighten up your buttocks. Tighten up your buttocks in an effort to strengthen the back body. Excellent. Back to center. And we'll bring those arms down. Shake everything out. Figure out which one's your right arm and extend it out. Your right arm. Take your left arm under it, please, and get a good wrap. This is for the upper back, the shoulders. Don't pull, don't yank, don't force. But do bring your two big toes to touch. And get back down into that chair pose. Very nice. Breathe the tightness out of your shoulders, out of the neck. Sit down as low as you can. Your feet are together, your knees are together. Everything is centered. Your elbows are centered, your wrists are centered. Your mind is centered. So figure out which one's your left leg. Pick it up and wrap it. Just like your arms are wrapped, now wrap your legs. It does help to stay low on this. And breathe in eagle pose. Eagle pose. The eagle. Eagle medicine. The bird that soars closest to Creator. What can you see from this perspective? If there's some drama in your life or in your body, take a step back. Step away from it. Look at it as objectively as you possibly can. When we inhale, we're going to open everything. Both arms, both legs straighten out. Exhale, come back down. And then just close your eyes here in mountain pose. Close your eyes. Connect with the breath. Notice the right shoulder, the left shoulder, the right hip, the left hip. Increasing self-awareness. Take the left arm out. Right arm goes under it. We're wrapping the other way now. Feet together, knees together. Back into the chair pose. Breathing. Thinking about seeing things, observing things, being the silent observer from a distance. So it's the right leg that's coming up this time and wrapping around. Breathing. Eagle pose. Observing life from the highest point of view. From a distance, observe. Breathe out any tension, any tightness. Breathe it out. Excellent, excellent work. So whenever you're ready, unwind, open, lengthen your spine, both arms, both legs. Exhale right back down. Again, closing your eyes. And just connecting what's happening internally, what's happening physically, what's happening mentally, and practice observing without judging, observing with kindness. Beautiful. So when you're ready, let's take a nice wide stance, really wide. This is for the hips. We'll open them up. Again, if you have a block or something like that that you like to use, bring it along for the ride, because you're just going to rest your hands someplace. And I do mean rest your hands. I don't mean collapse your body down into it, okay? Lightly rest your hands wherever it is that you choose to rest them. And breathe. Right where you are, lengthen your spine. So that would be taking the tailbone back and the top of the head forward. Still, there's very little body weight in the hands. They're here for light support. Take one arm up. Watch the thumb. Watch it as it goes up. Twist as much as you can. On the exhale, coming down. And switch sides. And do that a few times. Each time, see if you can bring your neck behind you a little bit more, your chin. Get that really good thorough stretch in the neck. And on the exhale, come down. Thorough doesn't mean painful, okay? So be mindful that you really are getting the stretch that you need in the shoulders, across the chest, the front of the neck, the side of the neck, the back of the neck, all that stuff. Do one more thorough on each side. And then turn your fingertips to the wall behind you and then just start walking it back, walking it back, walking it back. If your head is actually touching the floor, then just bring your feet a teeny bit closer together. Very nice. And then we're going to come up from there, walk those feet in. Engage your strong core as you roll yourself up. Take your time. There's no hurry. Very nice. And we're going to keep the feet shoulder width or even wider on this one. You can go wider. I'll turn sideways a little bit so you can see this. The feet go wider, the knees are going to bend significantly, and the hands are going to press these hips forward. Press them forward, and then gaze up to the ceiling while you drop your shoulders. Tighten up your buttocks, tighten up your hamstrings, tighten up the muscles of your lower back. Strength, we're creating strength there, holding the contraction in the back body while your front body opens, while the front of your shoulders relax, your chest opens, your heart opens, the tops of your thighs open. You might be able to look at the wall behind you. You might be able to take an arm with you. Maybe not. But if you are doing one arm, then do the other one also. And then use all of the strength of your core to bring you up. Very nice. And then once again, we're going to stand in mountain pose, the practice of self-awareness. The mountain pose, the feet, the wide base, the solid foundation, physically and metaphorically, being the strong mountain, the peak, the top, reaching to the heavens. Very nice. And then open your eyes, roll those shoulders, shake everything out. Good. And we're going to go back to another sun salutation. So take a little walk to the front of your mat once again. Inhale those arms up. Exhale, swan dive down. A little more energy now because you know this. We all know this. High plank breathing in. Low plank exhale. Cobra. Inhale. down dog. Do that again. High plank, breathing in. Low plank, breathing out. Cobra on the inhale. Down dog on the exhale. One more time. Oh, that feels so good. And the next time you're in down dog, stay there. Take your right foot to the ceiling, breathe it in. Forward and between the hands, breathing out. Stay tall on the ball of the back foot there. This knee directly over ankle. Stay here. Keep one hand down in spinal twist. It doesn't matter which one, we're doing both sides. Good. Look at that hand, look at that thumb. Get that twist in the neck. Stay here and press the shoulders down from your ears while you're doing that. Lengthen your neck here. Lengthen that back leg here. And bring this hand down. Let it rest to the outside and switch. Bring it down. Flatten out that back foot now. And I want you to keep your torso resting on your thigh. This is a great back strengthener. Keep your ribs resting on that thigh, but the knee and the ankle are still lined up. Now take the arms out. Tailbone to fingertips, a straight line. Lift your chin. Lift some ribs. Keep the hips down. Lift more ribs. You'll wind up in warrior one, but a low down one, a hip opening one. Those hips stay down. That heart is up. We are a warrior for what? Today, it's for my soul's purpose. This meditation, maybe I'll share it in our link, the one that I listened to. It was really powerful. Yeah, if anybody's interested, put that on Facebook and then I'll put the link to this meditation I listened to. It's actually the second time I listened to it, and each time I got something completely different from it. Both really deep though. Anyway, we got warrior one. Keep your right leg and right knee and hip exactly where it is. Warrior two. That left hip and that left shoulder comes back, but the front leg stays where it is. Very nice. Warrior two. And then we're going to straighten up that front leg and prepare for triangle. Reach with the ribs. Stay there. Again, if you have a block, where's my block? If you have a block and you want to use it, that's perfect. Triangle. Stay there. Beautiful. Very nice. Good form, you guys. Man, y'all look so awesome. Nice. And we'll maintain those two straight legs as you bring your torso to relax over the front extended leg. Relax. Relax. When I say relax, I don't necessarily mean to relax the abdominal muscles because they are supporting your lower back in this forward fold. Very nice. And we're going to bend both knees, palms flat on the floor. Come back to your high plank when you're ready, breathing in. Low plank, breathing out. Cobra. Down dog, and do that again, please. High plank, connect the breath to the movement. Low plank on the exhale. A complete inhalation brings you to a full cobra. A complete exhalation brings you to a down dog. Do it one more time, please. And the next time you're in down dog, it's the left leg that's going to go up to the ceiling on an inhale. Left foot between the hands on the exhale. Stay in that high lunge on the balls of the foot back there. Twist to one side, any side. Drop the hip. Gaze up at that thumb. That front knee and ankle are stacked on top, or knee over the ankle, stacked. And switch sides. That back leg is straight, straighter, pressing through that heel. Very nice. And then we'll bring the hands down, flatten out that back foot. Allow your torso to rest on this thigh. Feel your strong core holding you here. Extend those arms. Peel up the chin, some of the top ribs, the hips stay down, while all the ribs peel up. Beautiful. You decide what it is you want to be a warrior for. Warrior 2, bringing that right hip back, that right shoulder back, but that left knee and hip stay exactly where they are. Breathing, warrior 2. Connecting with your inner divine being. Very nice. And then we'll straighten up that front leg and come into triangle. Lead with the ribs. Let this hand come down wherever it is that it goes. Triangle. Lots of lengthening through the inner thighs, through the spine, through the chest, through the fingertips. You might be able to hear my back now. It's a wonder my bones support me at all. Breathing, breathing, breathing. I'm working my right hip back and I'm tucking my left hip under me. It's a very narrow stance, triangle. All right, use your core. Remember, don't let go of the contractions in the stomach muscles to support the lower back as you drape your torso over this front leg. Beautiful. Bend all your limbs, elbows, knees, return to a high plank, and then hold a low plank. Find your low plank. You can always rest those knees on the ground, you know, but squeeze the elbows in at your ribs, or your triceps, biceps in at your ribs. Hold it, hold it. Drop it down. And then come into a Sphinx pose. We're going to move towards bow, but these are all the preliminaries into bow. So it might be that bow isn't right for you this morning, in which case you would stop at either Sphinx or Cobra. Okay, these are all opening the front of the body, strengthening the back body, or bow. If you're comfortable going into bow, grabbing hold of both of those feet and peeling your knees and thighs upward. If you have a strap, and you want to do bow, but you want to hog tie yourself, that's fine. So, yeah. Any variation of that, where your back muscles are really contracting and your front muscles are really opening. And find that balance where you're not contracting so much or you're not overstretching too much, right? Find that middle place. Yes, my back is strengthening, but I'm not straining it. Yes, my front is opening, front of my shoulders, through my torso, tops of my thighs. Breathe. So nice. And then we're going to release that and go into a child's pose. And make child's pose your own. Move from side to side if you like to. Any variation of child's pose. Your body already knows where to go, so just go with it. Very nice. Come to all fours. Extend one arm out and the opposite leg back. Use a lot of stomach muscle here. Tiny pelvic tilt here. Release that and switch. Other arm, opposite arm to leg. Beautiful. And now we're going to do the same thing again, the same way, or the same thing again, but from high plank. And switch, opposite arm to leg. Nice work, everybody. So good. Lower all of that down. Take a child's pose once again. Beautiful. Come back to all fours, roll those toes under and jump into a frog pose, please. Jump into your frog pose. Use your elbows to really open up those hips. So if your heels are not quite touching the floor, try a wider stance. And again, this is where a block could be handy. If you have a block, you could even, okay? So obviously don't hurt yourself, but do get into the deepest frog that you can. And now once you're in frog pose, fix your posture, whatever that means to you, fix your posture. Good, a little tiny hip tuck. See if you can just tuck the hip under a tiny little bit. Pull the stomach muscles in a tiny bit more. Lift your chest, lengthen your spine a tiny bit more. Smile a tiny bit more. Nice. Yes, beautiful. You can stay right here in frog pose, or if you choose, take it to crow pose. Getting those palms flat on the floor. Maybe putting that block out there. Keeping your elbows near your knees, gazing a little bit forward. Very nice, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Good job, everybody. Woo-wee! You all rock. Great work, great work, great job. We're gonna have a sit down right here, but keep those legs as they were. We're gonna kind of open up a little more through the hips, through the inner thighs. Bring those heels in nice and close to the groin. Butterfly those legs. And then get real busy. Instead of butterflying now, we're gonna press the knees downward. Really feel those muscles working. Lift the chest, hold on, get a good firm grip, and take your head to one side. Hopefully your trapezius are being drawn down. And you can open the side of the neck, breathing. Those legs are busy. The knees are reaching towards the floor. Steady with that. Stay on it. Stay on it. Good job. And then take your head to the other way. Nothing else changes. Keep pressing the knees down. Keep lifting the heart up. And just allowing for the side of the neck to open. Oh, that's good. Very nice. And release all of that and come to lie on your back. So on our backs, we'll play around with a couple different things. They're all back strengtheners. So the first back strengthener that we'll do is just a bridge, just bridge. It's enough just to hold this. But maybe you could walk the feet in and grab hold of those ankles. Maybe you could send the hips up higher. Maybe you can get the shoulder blades in closer. This is a back strengthener. Another time when we want to make sure that we're not stressing out or causing pain to the lower back, but truly allowing it to strengthen. Tighten up the buttocks, use those muscles, use the hamstrings to press your hips up higher, use those strong lower back muscles to send the belly up more. Beautiful, and slowly release it and do a happy baby pose. Or any kind of knee to the chest movement where you're getting a stretch now in those very muscles you just strengthened. Deep breaths. Great work. So we're gonna do bridge again unless you can do wheel. If wheel is in your practice, then do wheel. If your body is like, no, I don't think that's right for me today, then don't do it. But if you are doing bridge, just go back to what we just did, or separate the feet, get them wider than hip distance. Ideally, they're parallel to each other. And then just bring yourself up into a wheel. When you're ready, bring all that down, bring those knees into the chest and hug them in tight. Hug them in tight. Great, and we're gonna let one foot rest on the floor. That leg is bent. We're taking this other one straight, and we're gonna draw it in towards the body. In and of itself will be a nice stretch for the hamstring. However, you could put some body weight in the foot that's on the floor and lift that butt up a little bit. You could bring your head towards the knee and bring the knee towards the head. So that would make the stretch deeper, but you may not need to go that deeply. Beautiful, bring it all down and switch. Hold on to that leg wherever it feels right for you. And you can just stay there and relax. Or put a little more body weight in that foot that's on the floor. Knee to nose, nose to knee. Tailbone turns under. Very nice, release all of that. And then we're gonna really use gravity and the strength of our arms to take these heels out. Straighten out those legs. I'm holding on to my toes, but maybe you wanna hold on to the knees or the hips, but we're not vegging out here at all. We're using gravity, first of all, to take the legs, and then a little bit of strength in the arms to press those knees or to draw the feet farther away from the midline of the body. Really looking for some opening here in the inner thighs, in the hips. The ever neglected inner thighs, you know, our inner thighs get very little use in just daily activity. We almost have to be very conscious and deliberate about stretching and strengthening inner thighs. Because when we walk, we don't use our inner thighs. When we climb steps, you know, a lot of things that we use our quads and our hamstrings and our glutes for just in regular daily routines, the inner thighs get gypped, man. It's not fair. So here we are, consciously pressing the heels away, consciously using the strength of the upper body to open through those hips and inner thighs a little bit more. Take 2 more deep, glorious breaths here, please. Feel the inner thighs and the hips rejoicing, open. You're welcome. And we're bringing those feet together, those knees together. Move them around in a circle, please, your knees. Move them around, stir the pot. Stir it up, go the other way. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Now we're gonna take 2 straight legs up. Hey, before you do that, do a pelvic tilt, please. Close your ribs. We're gonna do a little bit of core strengthening here, just a little bit. Lock it up, lock it up. From your locked up core, then take the legs up, okay? Very deliberate here. Press the heels together, squeeze the knees together. Roll your toes out, come down a little bit, come up a little bit. Tiny little movement, you see that? But the lower back stays anchored. The lower back isn't going up and down, up and down. Everything is locked. It's just the strong core that's bringing your legs down a little bit. It's your strong core that's doing this. Not your lower back, not your hips, not your legs. Feel it. Feel it in the belly button. Put your hands on your belly button and make sure your belly button's not popping up and down. Make sure your lower back is not popping up and down. Small movement. And then hold. Bring your arms alongside the body. Exhale, roll your shoulders up off the floor. Bring your head up off the floor. Breathe out. Lower down, breathe in. Very forceful exhale will tighten up the abdominal muscles even more. Five more if you can. 5, 4, make each one count. 3, we're strengthening the core. 2 and 1. Beautiful. Rest your knees on the ground, drop them to one side and roll your head to the other side. You could take those arms out in a T position and breathe. Let the hips and the lower back release. Yes, you may veg out here. You can just be very passive and let gravity have it all. And that's fine. Or you could press the knees down a little bit more and you'll feel what's happening in the hips and the lower back. You could press both shoulders. You could feel more muscles coming into action, more muscles having fun at this yoga party within the body and the mind. Don't cheat yourself. Get the most out of it. You could press that ear closer to the ground. Really feel the neck opening up. None of this should be straining or stressful, but thorough. I like that word today, thorough. As you connect with your inner divine being. And switch sides. We're gonna roll the knees the other way, roll the head away from those legs. Just relaxing there, or not. Get a little more active shoulders, a little more active with the knees, a little more active with that ear. Beautiful. And back to center. And you can just allow those legs to butterfly out if you like, or you could straighten them out however you want. Palms turned up, no matter what your leg position, turn your palms up. And now for the most important part of our practice. Stay there lying on your back in Shavasana. Stay where you are. Stay where you are. The integration, the acceptance. Stay where you are, however it's right for you. Bring your awareness to the rising and the falling of your belly with every breath. Practicing self-awareness in the most self-loving and most self-compassionate way. Scan yourself, your physical and non-physical aspects of self, for any places that are just tight or still holding on or worrying or stressed out or achy or crackly. And then just give yourself permission to soften there in a loving way. Go to it and say, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay to be like this for now. It doesn't define us. These things don't define us. Being loving and compassionate to the uncomfortableness is what defines us. How we respond to those things is what defines us, not those things, those thoughts, those feelings, that crackly knee. That doesn't define us. How we approach things in life is what defines us. We get to choose. That's the beauty of it. So choose focusing on this breath, observing the body, observing the mind, with self-compassion, with self-love, with non-judgment, with gratitude and appreciation. The most important part of our yoga practice, the most important part of our life practice is being reflective on the thing we just did, on the experience we just had. Being reflective, honoring ourselves for it, and being willing to shift or to make subtle little adjustments and changes in things that don't work for us, whether it's a mental thing or a physical thing, if we're doing something that's not working. How wonderful that we can choose a new approach, a peaceful way, a loving, kind, compassionate way. Breathing in self-love, breathing out self-love. Breathing in self-compassion. Breathing out compassion for others. Breathing in peace into our bodies, into our minds. And breathing out peace into our world. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here and being with cameras on. That was so much fun for me. You don't have to get up. You can stay there if you like and just savor the gift that you've given yourself this morning. And I just bless you and thank you, and I'm so grateful. I hope you have the most blessed day. Peace, light, and love to all. Sat Nam. Namaste. Aho. to all my relations.